Hi everyone, I am finally back in my beauty room. My mother-in-law was quarantined here because she came back from India. Everything is fine, it's great, and I'm just really happy to be back here. It's a bit of a mess in here, but I'm gonna get that cleaned up later, eventually. What I have for you today is Morphe's Avani Gregg collection. I have the palette, absolutely beautiful palette. Their bronzer, there's like a lip duo. There's a black one and a red one. Today I'm going to be using the black one. Absolutely beautiful. As you can see, there are some beautiful shades in here. This brown is gorgeous. This glitter one is really nice. And these red and pink ones are also really nicely pigmented. There's also glitter in here that is really pretty. Super dark shades here, a black one, and there are some purples and greens here. And then at the bottom of the palette, what they have is liners. So you're supposed to wet your brush. As you can see, I've made a big mess here. But what you're supposed to do is wet your brush and use it as a liner, and it works out pretty well. I have to say my favorite part of this palette are the liners in here, because you have some beautiful colors and the liners do work out well with a wet brush. Now I do have some looks to show you guys that I had created previously. For example, this look with the pressed glitter is just absolutely gorgeous. When looking at the palette, I only imagined a colorful look, but as you can see, this one was not colorful. It's more of a smoky, glittery eye look, and I think it came out beautiful. And there's also this gray shade, and it's not super pigmented, but it is buildable. And that is the case with some of the shades in here, where they do look pretty deep, but upon the first application, they don't come out super pigmented, but they are buildable. I am going to show you the swatches for the palette so you get a better feel for the formula and the colors, and then finish up my look with the bronzer and the lip duo and give you my final thoughts. Let's get started. I'm just going to take the white shade and apply it all over my eye, just as a starting point. Very dark green shade right here. I'm going to take the white shade and just kind of blend the edges a little bit. I'm not sure if it was super pigmented or not. Let's see. Definitely take your time and build it up a little bit. I want to keep it soft, so I'm just going to use the shade here. But on the top of my lid, I am going to go ahead, did already wet this brush, and I'm just going to dip it into the shade. Let's go for it. The liners are a learning experience because sometimes you end up using too much water. You just gotta use the right amount of water so that you can make a good line. I'm using the Winky Lux So Extra mascara. It does give beautiful extra long lashes. Only thing with it is that it does run a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go. Both eyes are done. I do want to give you my final thoughts on the palette now before moving on to the bronzer and the lip duo. So starting off with the pros, I think the good things about this palette is that there are some really beautiful colors in here. And these liners, it just makes your look very interesting. It pushes you to be creative and possibly get out of your comfort zone if you're not used to using colorful liners. Some things that I found a little bit difficult with the palette is that the shades don't necessarily go well with each other. There is a lack of transition shades. I just don't know what to do with my brow bone or my inner corner, and even this look, I felt like the green that I used in the crease didn't really go well with the green that I used here. Maybe I should have used a yellow, but basically creating a look just with this palette by itself is a little bit challenging. Another thing that is not so great about the palette is that some of the shades are super pigmented, but some of the other shades are not super pigmented, even though they are buildable. But you never know when you put that brush on your eyelid if it's gonna come out pow with a bold color or if it's gonna be a little bit subtle that you need to build up. I would love to see a palette just for the liners with more colors, and because I think this is a great idea, and these liners actually worked out pretty well. I think I know I didn't do a perfect job, but I think with some practice you can do a better job. So this is it for the palette, the bronzer, the mirror in here, and a pretty big pan. It's called Vacation Luminous Bronzer, and the shade is Hawaii. It is a little bit dark, I feel like, for my skin, but let's just blend it in a little bit. So I'm gonna apply it at the very top of my forehead. My forehead is naturally dark, so I feel like I don't need to use too much bronzer. Time for the black lip duo. The liner is pretty creamy, so it's good to fill in the lips, but I do feel like creamy liners, at least on my lips, they tend to run a little bit and don't provide the most cleanest lines. Time for the lipstick. Here it is. I do like the lipstick. It applies creamy, but it dries down to more of a matte lipstick. I am going to apply the glitter because I love it so much. It's a little bit hard to clean, but I just love it. Just gonna apply a tiny bit. Pink at the top, just a little bit, because it has a little bit of a sheen in it. And here are the eyes. I'm actually going to use this Pacifica Holographic Mineral lip gloss. I've never used this before. Oh wow. I'm going to use Milani's Sunrise Serenita blush. Champagne Doro. This is a highlighter. Super blinding highlighter. I just want to convert this look into more of a costumey look. Stella eyeliner and put it in the waterline. And this is the completed look. I had a lot of fun with it. I do like some glitter, so putting the glitter on the eyes and the lips definitely makes me feel happier. So I hope you enjoyed watching the review of the products and the creation of this look. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button, leave me a comment, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Bye!
Bye!